In this video, Elon Musk leaks juicy new details about Tesla's AI plans, the Starlink app reaches #1 in Ukraine, Tesla drops the hammer with massive price increases across the board, and why this is actually extremely bullish. Elon Musk continues to troll Russia and Putin, and now also identifies as a woman because it's 2022. VW's CEO lavishes more praise on Tesla, Gigafactory Berlin is pumping out vehicles ahead of first customer deliveries in a few days, and Elon Musk has a dire warning for the so-called competition. So let's get into it. Hey guys, thanks for watching. If you enjoy these videos, there's a bunch of ways you can support the channel, access exclusive content and perks, and get some free stocks and crypto. Check out the links in the pinned comment below. You can get 2 free stocks with WeBull, a free stock with Stake, free Bitcoin with Coinbase, and free Bitcoin with BlockFi, and the BlockFi Bitcoin Rewards credit card. You can also pick up some Tesla, Elon, and investment themed merch in the merch store. If you want to take it to the next level, join thousands of members on Patreon to gain exclusive access to over 100 Q&A videos, loads of exclusive content, exclusive access to my up-to-date 10-year Tesla stock price targets, and even access my Tesla valuation model at the investor support level and above. So check out the links in the pinned comment below, and thanks for your support. First up, here we are on Teslarati. Quote, Elon Musk's Starlink was Ukraine's most downloaded app last Sunday. This past Sunday, the Starlink mobile app, which allows users to connect to Elon Musk's satellite internet service, became the most downloaded application from the Apple App Store in Ukraine. #1 app, not #1 in tech, no, #1 app in the entire store. The article goes on to say the app had about 21,000 installs globally on Sunday from the App Store and Google Play, with most of those downloads coming from the besieged country, Ukraine. Some more interesting information, the Starlink app has seen global downloads triple in the last 2 weeks. And we also know now that there's been approximately 100,000 installs across Ukraine of the Starlink app. And speaking of Ukraine and Starlink, another thank you message on Twitter from the Vice President of Ukraine to Elon Musk. Quote, a new batch of Starlink stations is already in Ukraine. Technology is our future. Today it helps Ukrainians. It helps the new good to defeat the old evil. Ukraine is the future. Thank you, Elon Musk. And we can see another shot of the terminals. And further proof that we do in fact live in a simulation. A tweet from Elona Musk. More on that later. This is a post on Telegram by the head of the Chechen Republic. This of course in response to Elon Musk publicly challenging Vladimir Putin to a fight. Seriously. Now, if you want to pause, I highly recommend read this exchange, it's hilarious. But I just want to get to the crux here. Quote, therefore, you'll need to pump up those muscles in order to change from the gentle, effeminate Elona into the brutal Elon you need to be. I propose training at one of several centers in the Chechen Republic. In other words, Elon, if you want to fight, you've got a bit of work to do first. I recommend training here. Blah, 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 blah. You will return from the Chechen Republic a completely different person, Elona. That is, Elon. Elon Musk responds to this message, quote, thank you for the offer, but such excellent training would give me too much of an advantage. If he's afraid to fight, this is hard. I will agree to use only my left hand, and I'm not even left-handed. Elona. Now, I just want to take a moment here. This really is the perfect response to what Putin's doing. Meet his aggression with humor. Mock, ridicule, discredit, embarrass, laugh. This is actually a 200 IQ move here. Dave Lee had the wise idea. Change your Twitter profile name to Elona for a few days. Next minute, Elon Musk. It has actually happened. This just in, some breaking news. As I record this video, the very first photograph of none other than Elon Musk has appeared on the internet. Now guys, I know what you're thinking. I may be thinking the same thing, but I think it's best that we just move on. Next up, one of Elon Musk's biggest fans, Herbert Diess, CEO of Volkswagen Group, lavishing praise on Tesla. This is a post in LinkedIn. Herbert Diess currently visiting Texas. Quote, Texas is already first in wind energy and close to become the first in solar in the US. Let me know in the comments below if you guys knew that. Tesla went to Austin because of this. 3 months after the first meeting, a deal was agreed. 2 years after, the plan is close to getting into production. Those who aren't aware, the culture within Germany, and obviously within Volkswagen itself, bureaucratic, so much red tape, getting anything done takes way too long and way too many meetings and way too many people and way too much money. This is why Diess is emphasizing within 3 months from first meeting, a deal was agreed on, and 2 years later the plant is now ready for first deliveries. By the way, Elon's new factory, he calls it the machine that builds the machine, is impressive. 1.2 kilometers long. For those of you who use the world's dumbest system of measurement, I'm sure you can Google that and figure out how many miles that is. And 400 meters wide. All under one roof. No logistics from cell production to final assembly. Once up and running, it will very likely set some new benchmarks. I am so happy that we decided to build a new plant in Wolfsburg. Without that, no chance to compete. VW still has no chance, but hey, at least they're trying. And speaking of competing with Tesla specifically in Germany, check this photo out from Tesla's Gigafactory in Berlin, fresh Model Ys sitting in the parking lot, ready for first customer deliveries. And by the way, holy f***, this doesn't look real. Maybe it's not. Maybe this is a great Photoshop job. These cars are so flawlessly aligned, it's insane. I can't wait to see the quality of the builds coming out of the German factory. I know this may sound silly, but I actually think this is a really bullish signal. I have my suspicions that the build quality of the Berlin-produced Model Ys will be the best in the world. And while we're talking about Volkswagen, Tesla, competing and so on, quote, Volkswagen's output in question as Ukrainian wire harnesses become biggest supply chain issue. Volkswagen's output for 2022 could be in danger as a shortage of Ukrainian wire harnesses become the group's biggest supply chain issues, CEO Herbert D said. According to the CEO, a halt in the supply of wire harnesses, which are unique to each model, could force the world's second largest automotive maker to lower expectations if a solution is not found in the next 3 to 4 weeks. That's gotta hurt. And here's Elon Musk dropping an absolute bombshell about Tesla's artificial intelligence efforts. This is in reply to a thread about solving autonomy. Quote, they have no idea how hard full self-driving is. Elon referring to the companies attempting to develop their own solutions. Only path to success, in my opinion, is hardcore, real-world AI software with dedicated neural inference acceleration ASICs in car. And here's the bombshell, multi-billion-dollar neural network training supercluster and 10 plus billion miles of vehicle data. Good luck. Now, if Elon mentions that a multi-billion-dollar neural network training supercluster is required for solving full self-driving, we can probably infer that Dojo is a multi-billion-dollar monstrosity. More important than that, if Elon Musk's numbers are on point here, who else has multiple billions of dollars to spend on a neural network training cluster who's attempting to solve autonomy? And then of course, there's the even harder problem to solve, 10 plus billion miles of vehicle data, as Elon said. Good fucking luck. And yes, Tesla has dropped the hammer with massive price increases across the range in the United States. We're over here on Twitter. This list put together by Drive Tesla Canada. What we're looking at here is Model 3 price changes in the US. The rear wheel drive has increased by $2,000. The long range by $3,000, which means a $4,000 increase since last week because there was also an additional $1,000 price hike. The performance model also up by another $3,000. Same with Model Y, up $3,000 on the long range. Performance also up $3,000, both of which went up $1,000 previously, so they're both up $4,000 since last week. Model S all-wheel drive up $5,000 and the Plaid up $6,000, and Model X all-wheel drive up $10,000 and the Plaid up $12,500. And here's a comparison with Tesla prices just 1 year ago from Forward Cap. Let's just focus on the year-over-year price change to Tesla's vehicles. Model 3 standard range up 22%, insane. Model 3 long range up 15 and performance up 9. Model Y long range up 25%, performance 11. Model S long range up 25%, Plaid up 13, and Model X long range up almost 30%, a 28% price increase and 16% price increase on the Plaid. This is extremely bullish. The fact that Tesla is in such a strong position, their products are so compelling, such great value, the consumers will continue to purchase them to the point where Tesla has multi-month backlogs, 3, 6, 9 plus months before customers take deliveries of vehicles they're ordering today. The fact that Tesla can hike prices in the course of a single year by 9, 15, 22, 25, 28% and still have crazy wait times is just bananas. There's 3 key things we need to understand. First is Tesla continues to drive their base manufacturing costs down. They're deleting parts and processes. They're innovating in terms of manufacturing techniques, new technology. They are finding ways to overall, on average, drive the cost of producing vehicles down, and there's no end in sight. A vehicle that today costs Tesla $30,000 to assemble, in a few years' time might cost $26,000, $27,000, $25,000, $24,000, $23,000, toward the end of the decade, $20,000, maybe even $18,000 or $15,000, primarily because of innovations in manufacturing. EVs are new technology, especially in terms of being manufactured at high volume. It's still a very early technology. There's a lot of innovation to happen. But at the same time Tesla's driving their costs down, they have 2 challenges to deal with. Number 1, their products are such exceptional value. Don't worry about the cost, but value. The consumers are willing to pay higher and higher prices. Tesla sold every single vehicle they have ever produced, despite massively increasing production year after year after year. There's such insane demand for Tesla's products today at their current prices. Keeping in mind, Tesla continues to massively drive the actual cost to produce their products down, but there's such insane demand that they've been forced to raise prices over and over and over and over again just to find an equilibrium between supply and demand. It's not reasonable to have customers waiting 2, 3, 4 plus years to take delivery. So Tesla has to find a balance. In addition to this, contributing factor, but I don't think the main driving factor in these price increases, has been increasing costs of parts, materials, just overall cost of goods sold. If Tesla can't get parts from here, they have to expedite shipment from somebody else. there's lots of additional costs with something like that. If Tesla can't get this particular part, they might have to go to another supplier, but lots of people are trying to buy them, so they may have to pay a higher price. The cost of certain materials and resources go up, including batteries. Well, again, Tesla's going to be impacted here. Tesla's in such a strong position that if the cost for them to produce a vehicle does increase, they can easily pass on that increase dollar for dollar, no problems. They're still going to have insane wait times and will sell every vehicle they produce for years to come. Way to think of this situation overall. Tesla will continue to drive the cost to produce their vehicles down on average over time, and there's no end in sight. Sure, the cost declines will eventually start to taper off and we won't see as dramatic percentage declines year after year, but we have a long way to go. Like I said, EVs, super new technology. So Tesla's costs will consistently decline over time. You've also got economies of scale, blah, blah, blah. A temporary counterforce, a headwind, global supply chain and logistics challenges, part shortages, and so on. But even if we see massive cost increases in these things, Tesla's still going to be able to overcome that with continued innovation in terms of manufacturing their vehicles. The moral of the story is Tesla's margins will grow and or the price of their vehicles can fall. At the same time, Tesla is in such a position of strength that if there are price increases, they can easily pass those costs on to consumers. Most other companies won't have that luxury. Tesla's so far ahead that nobody can sell vehicles with similar specifications and performance to a Tesla vehicle, even close to the same price, and not lose tens upon tens of thousands of dollars. These companies are in big trouble. If the cost for them to produce a vehicle increases by $3,000–$5,000 and nobody's buying them anyway, what are they going to do? Increase the price by $5,000 so less people buy them? Oh wait, it's impossible to have less than zero. So what do? They just lose even more money on the vehicles they're not currently selling. Tough situation. As a Tesla stock investor, these price increases over the past 12 months are incredibly insightful. Not only can we infer massive profits, but we get clear and compelling insight into how robust, how deep the demand for Tesla's products. Imagine if your rent increased by 25% in a single year. Imagine if your salary or income increased by 9, 12, 25% in a single year. These are big numbers. The moral of the story is quite simple. Tesla is in a position of extreme strength. The entire, and yes, I want to be clear, every other automotive manufacturer on the planet, whether they're a new EV startup, a China-based EV company, a legacy automotive manufacturer trying to transition from ICE to EVs, every one of these companies beside Tesla are going to suffer enormously in the coming months. Massive increase in terms of cost of goods sold. Their prices will need to go up and or their margins will contract. Tesla has the other problem. Too many people want to buy their products no matter what the price. So an unfortunate consequence of that is Tesla will be producing tens, hundreds, billions of dollars of additional profits per year just because the demand for their products is so insane. Tesla is unquestionably in the best position to navigate the coming months and years. However, companies attempting to compete with Tesla who now also have the headwind of increasing prices for parts, difficulties getting materials, shortages, shutdowns, delays. The same companies who are literally losing money on every electric vehicle they sell. Let's just say I don't think it ends well for most legacy automotive manufacturers and most electric vehicle startups. And by most, I mean almost all. Just saying. I have a suspicion that the stock market, analysts, and retail investors are massively underestimating Tesla's margins over the next few years, assuming there's going to be a huge drag from the newly commencing Austin and Berlin factories. In addition, supply chain challenges, shortages, and so on. But I don't think this is the case. I expect on average, quarter after quarter, we're actually going to see Tesla's margins continue to increase despite the massive challenges. But I guess we'll just have to wait and see. And don't forget to join Patreon with the card in the corner or the link in the pinned comment. You'll instantly gain access to my Tesla stock price targets out over the next 10 years, bear case, base case, bull case, and hyper bull case. Plus you'll also gain access to over 100 Q&A videos, loads of other content and perks. So I'll see you over there. I'm Stephen Mark Ryan. This is Solving the Money Problem, and I love you all. Hey guys, thanks for watching. If you enjoy these videos, there's a bunch of ways you can support the channel, access exclusive content and perks, and get some free stocks and crypto. Check out the links in the pinned comment below. You can get 2 free stocks with WeBull, a free stock with Stake, free Bitcoin with Coinbase, and free Bitcoin with BlockFi, and the BlockFi Bitcoin Rewards credit card. You can also pick up some Tesla, Elon, and investment themed merch in the merch store. If you want to take it to the next level, join thousands of members on Patreon to gain exclusive access to over 100 Q&A videos, loads of exclusive content, exclusive access to my up-to-date 10-year Tesla stock price targets, and even access my Tesla valuation model at the investor support level and above. So check out the links in the pinned comment below, and thanks for your support. And if you're still watching, you're awesome. I read every single comment on this channel and I really appreciate your feedback. So if you've got any thoughts on today's video, questions, comments, or suggestions for a new video, let me know in the comments below. Check the cards on screen now to browse the merch store, join Patreon, or watch the next video.